everyone. I thought I'd just hop on here and film another video. The topic, the whole essence of rootedness has really been firm on my heart the last few weeks. God spoke to me really clearly that I've been in a period of rootedness since 2021. He gave me a word at that point, specifically with the discipleship year I was doing with a church in the city I live in, Sheffield, in the UK. And recently he's very clearly said again that it's time to move on from rootedness to fruitfulness. And I think that's always going to be a circular motion. You know, I think there's always going to be seasons where you are going to be needing to focus on your roots with God, and He's going to be doing that in your life. And then there's going to be other seasons where He's going to be focusing more on your fruit and how to bring about fruit in your life, how to use your giftings well, how to just draw upon the wisdom and the character that He's been really placing in you. So I thought I'd just share a few thoughts about rootedness. And I mean, one of the key passages is Jeremiah 17, where it talks about a tree in the desert and it's by a river, and because it's by the river, the roots go down and they get all the sustenance that the tree needs. They get all of the water and minerals, and so when the scorching sun comes, because the placing is in an arid desert, or when the wind blows, it doesn't have to worry because it's firmly rooted in the ground next to the life-giving water. So no matter what happens in life, it doesn't have to worry. And so I painted a few pictures based on that picture, and I painted some other pictures around the idea of roots and rootedness and what that means, and I went on that little creative journey. But yeah, God was just really clear that now is the time to be starting to explore the idea of fruit and fruitfulness in my art, because I do a lot of art on the side, and when I was then thinking about what to do for this video, and especially what to think about rootedness, I was looking at the Bible verses where it talks about roots, and also researching roots as well, and what the biology is, what they look like, how it works. And I came across one central idea, that actually the reality is that if a plant is not rooted, and the roots are not able to get water or the minerals that the plant needs to survive, the roots are going to dry up, the plant is going to wither, and it will eventually die. And I found that really interesting, because I think one thing that I thought of that I've heard Christians say a lot is the idea of being rooted. You could be rooted in good things, or you could be rooted in bad things. You know, you could be rooted in Jesus, or you could be rooted in social media, you could be rooted in materialism, you could be rooted in other religions, you could be rooted in trying to please people, or you could be rooted in anything that you are gaining sustenance from. But actually, that picture that I saw was actually different. You're either rooted in Jesus, which is giving you the life-giving waters, which is giving you the minerals you need to survive and to thrive, or there's no water, there's nothing that's sustenance, there's no life-giving, there's nothing that's giving life, and so you're gonna wither and dry up. And so I thought that was really, really interesting. It's quite I guess some people might find that quite scary imagery, because if you're not firmly rooted in Jesus, and you're not giving yourself enough of what your whole self needs, in the analogy of water and minerals, then you're going to be drying yourself up, you're going to be getting dried up, your roots are going to be withering, and it's not that you're rooted in bad things, it's just you're not rooted in anything. And so I found that really interesting. If you're not rooted in Jesus, and you're not giving yourself the life that it needs, you're not actually rooted in anything. It's just like your roots are just in soil or sand, and it's not getting anything from those things. So I don't want this to be all doom and gloom. I just want this to really encourage you. Are you being rooted in Jesus? Are you seeking him? Are you seeking fellowship? Are you seeking communication? Are you seeking to read the word regularly? And I think also another thing is that God also is seeking you. So it's you seeking him and him seeking you, which is one of the beautiful truths about who he is, that he also seeks your face. He is also trying to seek your heart as you are trying to seek him as well. And so I hope this doesn't make anyone feel afraid or pressured or anxious at all. It's just about are you rooted in Jesus? Are you letting your roots go deeply into him? And then I found that in Colossians 3:16 it talks about letting the word of Christ dwell richly in us. You know, that's really interesting imagery, letting a word dwell richly in us. And God's really been speaking to me very, very a lot about the word, about how important it is. And actually, I didn't give the word a lot of credit for a lot of my Christian walk, I think. I really love connecting with God spiritually and in prayer and prophetically as well. And yet I found the word, not that I found it dry, but I just didn't see perhaps there was a lot of meaning in that. I didn't perhaps feel that it was as important. I knew that it was food, I knew that it was sustenance, but I really felt that my relationship with God was stronger with spending more time in the secret place and more time in his presence. And I've actually found the word is incredibly healing, and it does have so much power, and it is alive and active. And I would just challenge you on that one and encourage you on that one. Are you dwelling richly in the word? Are you finding ways to make it enjoyable? Are you finding ways to seek God's heart through that and letting him speak to you through that? So I don't know, I would love to encourage more people in the word, I think, but it's also a journey that I'm going on about how to do that, and I'm sort of questioning, like, why is it suddenly coming alive? Why am I suddenly getting so much life out of this? So I'm going to be seeking God on that one, and because I know that the scripture is something that a lot of people struggle on. So I will be sharing encouragements as I go along, but I would just love to encourage you. Are you dwelling richly in the word and allowing it to just be absorbed by your whole being? Are you really rooted in Jesus and getting all of your life sustenance from him? So really bless you and bless your week, or whatever you're currently going through, and whatever day you're watching this on, that you are really so deeply loved. And I really pray that you will be seeking Jesus, and you'll be ready to receive from him as well, and just let him seek you, let him pursue you and pursue your heart. So be blessed.